What's up? What's up? What's up, Cowboys Nation? Cowboys in Cold One, Corey Clark with you. Back for official episode 2, our weekly YouTube live show. Remember, subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you got to do. Just make sure we help this blow up. We're just talking to Cowboys today, as we always do in the Cold Ones part. As we always start off the show, we grab our Cowboys glass. We get a different drink. Last week, there was a story about why I had to drink wine. That's not the case today. It's actually kind of funny because last week I had to drink wine because my spouse gave all my beer I had planned for the show to her mother. Well, her mother actually left a beer in our fridge. So you know what? I said, you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun going back and forth. So today's beer, no ad, we are going to use is something that everybody from Chicagoland knows about. If you watch the TV show Shameless or any other Chicago-based movie or TV show, you know what this is. Old Style. I'm not the biggest fan, but it was established in 1902. So that's what we're going to drink today on the show. So we'll open it up, as we always do. Tell me what you're drinking in the comments below. And let's let the foam die down. And we'll get ready. Let me know what you're drinking. Also, if you've noticed, you probably can't tell the exact color from the YouTube video, but this is a purple shirt. June is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, and Alzheimer's Awareness Month is very dear and true to my heart because my grandma had it, and she passed away from it just in the year 2020, and long story about that, but she had it. Wasn't herself for a while. So I think of her every day. Alzheimer's is close to my heart. I hope they come up with a cure really soon. But today's show is going to be a good one. That's why I'm wearing purple. OTAs, it's the second day it was open to the media, guys. Oh, yeah. Cheers. Old style. Chicago people like this. I don't. But I'm going to drink it because we'll do different things on the show. OTAs was open for the second day. This time, we're going to go over some of the notes, talk about it a little bit, and a couple segments we got today. 3 surprising cuts from the Dallas Cowboys come post training camp I think will happen. And then we'll have some fun at the end, and we'll predict the first 6 Cowboys games on their 2021 schedule. Got my new cap. I wore it last week. I never really talked about it. My spouse actually got this for me when we were on vacation a couple weeks ago. Absolutely love this hat. Excuse my hair, but you look under here. It was the 60 stars for 60 years cap from last year, and that was the big cap. And you think it'd be on sale because it's a year old, but it wasn't. But she still bought it, so shout out to her. But let's go ahead quickly and let's get underway. Let's look at some of the OTA news and notes, and we'll start it off with this. Shout out to our good friend at the Dallas Morning News. We're just going to follow along with what he said and go from there. Michael G. Follow him at Gelkin NFL. You can follow me on Corey Clark Radio. Remember, on my pinned tweet coming up at the end of June, we're giving away the Micah Parsons jersey. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page here. You retweet that tweet and make sure you're following me, and we'll give away the Micah Parsons jersey live on the show. But some of the things that went on, we'll just go over the OTAs. It was the second day. It was open to the media. Linebacker Leighton Vander Esch was in a little bit of conversation the past week. We either must be really bored or something. But with all that linebacker room so packed with new additions, Jabril Cox and Micah Parsons, the first-round pick. You have Jalen Smith. We talk about him all offseason, probably talk about him all season, whether it's in a positive or a negative way. Leighton Vander Esch, Keen O'Neal. So someone is going to be the odd man out with playing time. And there was a little bit of a rumor going around. And actually, Jane Slater kind of broke that. She said on Twitter just a couple of days ago, a source confirmed to her that, yes, there was other teams that were interested in the linebacker via the trade, but the Cowboys are not interested in trading Leighton Vander Esch. He's still very much a part of the defensive plan next year and the future. So, but leading up to that, LV had a little bit of a scare at the same time, an awesome play. If you see here, there's no video. I miss when we could see the media. It was open in the media every day. We saw video every day. Cowboys Nation, we're dying of content right now. So this is what we do in the off season. We dissect every little tweet from the media that's actually allowed to be there on the days they can be there. He had a diving interception on Dak Prescott today, and apparently he went down quite hard. His teammates were loving it. They all cheered him on, and he went down and stayed there for about a minute, but we later learned it was just simply he got the wind knocked out of him. But with LV's injury history, of course you're going to sit there and go, oh, is he okay? And he was. And he made a great play. He came out the next series after that, then came back in and absolutely blew up Tony Pollard in the backfield. So if LVE can stay healthy and has a big year, man, I know the Cowboys turned down his fifth-year option, but it's going to be really tough. I mean, they're the ones who said, hey, he's going to be a part. They plan to have him a part of their future so they can bring him back on a deal. Maybe it's a Micah Parsons, Jabril Cox, and Leighton Vander Esch, 3 linebacker trio, and then you get rid of Jalen Smith next offseason where it's pretty easy to do so. So he rose to his feet. Returned to 11-11. You see from the tweet here, he blew up Tony Pollard. But let's just digest a little bit more tweets. Every single tweet of the big news from the OTAs. Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb likely to graduate from punt returner duties before long, given his value on offense. But he took most of his reps there to begin the OTA period. Wide receiver Cedric Wilson also involved when not taking coverage reps in special teams period, blah, blah, blah. So Lance, as usual, was back there. He was electric during that time. Now, this is the one, it kind of made me laugh because, so as Michael makes it noted, the drill isn't really made for, in this scenario, the linebacker. But it's Zeke Elliott, who's been looking pretty quick on his feet, pretty limber, doing pretty well. We saw his offseason videos on Twitter. It's basically 1v1, Zeke versus Jalen Smith in that new number 9 jersey. And, man, Jalen ends up in the dust because Zeke put a nasty spin move on him, and Jalen couldn't do anything about it and absolutely didn't even touch Zeke on the 1v1. But look at this picture. Why is Jalen's base so wide? Like, how are you going to make any kind of play of someone in a 1v1 scenario with your base that wide? Like, if I went that wide, I'd probably pull a hamstring. I just tried to do it there, and my groin tightened up. But how are you supposed to do anything? Like, we could sit here and we could dog Jalen all day long, all week long, all season long, which is probably going to happen from everybody else. If Jalen doesn't have a good year, they're going to find a way to either trade him for one, or they're going to get rid of him. I mean, it's that simple. Moving on, Cowboys linebacker, though. Other linebackers. So there's one linebacker who looked ridiculous in the dust on a Zeke play. And then our top first-round pick, rookie linebacker, Micah Parsons, man. He looked good today, apparently. He was all over the place. He had David Hellman of DallasCowboys.com. He had everybody that was there just in disbelief. He lined up in every single position, whether it was Mike, the DPR, Sam, whatever you want to call it, making plays all over the field. Look at the love his teammates are giving him here in this photo, guys. Look at it. LVE's there. Jalen's there. The entire defense is there. They're running off the field on that photo. But why? He picked off Ben DiNucci, probably was a bad throw, sure. Interception and 11-on-11 drills on a very, very easy play, and ended up taking it to the house for a pick 6. Parsons also picked 6 Garrett Gilbert in 7-on-7 drills. He even blitzed the A gap for a sack. He had a nice swim move on Tony Pollard to get around for the sack. Micah Parsons worked so hard today in OTAs that apparently he lost his lunch. What that means is he went to the sideline and basically threw up everywhere because it was a hot day in Dallas. He was working his butt off. Obviously, a couple interceptions, making plays, getting sacks in the backfield, doing it all. So, yeah, I want to see Micah Parsons on the field so bad. And I can't wait to do so. I really do think if Micah Parsons keeps impressing like this, man, he's just going to keep taking away snaps from whether it's Jalen Smith or Leighton Vander Esch. It doesn't matter. Wherever he plays, they had him rushing off the edge. Mike McCarthy said in his pre-OTA conference with the media, saying you're going to see him rushing the passer a lot today. Well, he rushed the passer. He got a sack. He dropped back in the linebacker position, was able to get a couple picks, got a pick six. He keeps making plays like this into training camp. Man, it's going to go wild because he's going to pick off Tom Brady week 1, isn't he? For Dak Prescott offensively, Michael went on to say, I'm in 11 on 11 drills and said he takes reps in 11 on 7. The entire offense versus part of the defense without its line, assuring a clean pocket for Dak. Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, and La'el Collins were out there. Tyron Smith was working on the side. He's there. I'm just excited to have that offensive line back together, guys, protecting Dak. Apparently, La'el Collins and Dak Prescott were together every day when they were both rehabbing in the offseason. And leading up, we saw a video on Collins' Instagram just a couple weeks ago of those two working out together. Apparently, Dak kept him accountable during the workouts, which Collins said he want to protect that guy every day, and that's awesome. And speaking of Dak, the best connection of the day was Dak Prescott to wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, who ended up using his body control and leaped over cornerback Anthony Brown while staying in bounds. Lamb appeared hobbled afterward, but he did return. Wide receiver Simi Foco injured later on a deep route. It didn't seem serious, but Dak did find him. He's going to be a big part of the offense, hopefully, from a rookie standpoint. But one of the Dak plays where I told you he leaped over cornerback Anthony Brown, which give him credit. Anthony Brown's looks pretty good in the OTA periods, apparently. But look at this, guys. Oh, boy. I mean, just give you the full screen. I mean, just take a look at that photo. I would have loved to see this video, and I hope DallasCowboys.com was able to get this on video, and they were able to show us this. But this is the best we got. I mean, obviously, CeeDee Lamb doesn't miss a leg day, as that Cowboys Nation said. It looks like when he has the leggings on or whatever, athletic leggings, wearings, whatever they're called, it looks like he has skinny legs. But, man, that photo doesn't look like it. He was able to get up over Anthony Brown and make a big-time play. So, I mean, OTA periods, there's a lot going on. Stick around. We're still going to go over the 3 surprising cuts that I believe are going to be cut come training camp period, whenever that comes to a close. And also, let's go over the first 6 games of the Dallas Cowboys season, win or loss. I got a favorable win-loss record for Dallas. There's a game in there that you probably wouldn't expect them to lose, but I have them losing because I don't like to be, hey, we're going to go 6-0 in 6 games. No, I'm not going to do that. Just a couple other things from OTA period that was said. Cowboys were shorthanded at receiver. Cooper remains a spectator, taking mental reps on the field. I mean, you don't really need him in that regard. Other players did not participate. And everybody was freaking out today on Twitter for some reason, guys. By the way, follow me on Twitter at Corey Clark Radio. You guys were freaking out that Tony Pollard's taking reps at wide receiver. Oh, Tony Pollard's taking reps at wide receiver. You know what that means? Amari Cooper's got to be on the trade block. He's got to be. Dude, it's June 3rd. If Tony Pollard's taking reps at the wide receiver spot and we can go 5 set with him out there on a play, or he goes from the backfield and goes in motion from a running back to in the receiver role, whether it's outside or inside, he makes a linebacker follow him, and he's good at it, Dak's going to hit him every time. I'm not, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not too worried. Cheers. But cornerback Kelvin Joseph was absent from the field. Reason unclear, but the second-round pick, really, as Michael pointed out, and we would have said this anyway, but he needs all the reps he can get because he only has a 15-game college career between LSU and Kentucky. There's plenty of time still in training camp, but apparently this blew everybody's mind. Michael just decided to sneak this in there. Anthony Brown is the favorite to start opposite side of Trayvon Diggs September 9th versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Maybe they don't want his first game to be against Tom Brady, but I wouldn't want his first game to be against Justin Herbert. I mean, maybe against Justin Hurts in week 3 against Philadelphia. But I would just, if you can get him more reps and out there in training camp and he looks good, man, I want Trayvon Diggs. I want Kelvin Joseph as your outside corners. I think Kelvin Joseph is just a ball hawk, a playmaker. He won't give up on you on the field. And then you can battle it out between Jordan Lewis and Anthony Brown, which Jordan Lewis is versatile, can do it all. He's a playmaker, ball hawk too. And Anthony Brown's apparently looked pretty good in the OTA period. But Kelvin Joseph has got to get out there first. I know, again, I said it earlier, it's only June 3rd, but he needs to get out there for a couple of the other OTA periods because they're coming to a close soon, and the training camp will be here before we know it. And speaking of cornerback, now Sean Wright, the guy we all hated at pick 99 because none of us knew anything about him. He's been one of the more intriguing players to watch this summer. He's a third-round pick. Like I said, he's been regularly making plays on the ball. The last time on our show when it was open to the media, we said he had an interception. He had another interception today off quarterback Garrett Gilbert, which it seems like Ben DiNucci and Garrett Gilbert have been getting a lot of balls tipped in practice, getting a lot of balls intercepted, which we said it from day one. Go get a backup quarterback. They've had a few come in and try out, and they just don't sign any. I mean, all knock on wood, but you would hope that Dak Prescott can play the entire season. You don't need to worry about it, but it's still important to have a solid backup quarterback in that quarterback room. And Gardner Minshew, I mean, maybe he's a trade target. I don't know how well it would serve with him. Ben McAdoo's now on the Dallas Cowboys staff. That came out of way left field. What we do, trade Jason Garrett for Ben McAdoo a couple years apart? I don't know. And then there's this one. Yeah, we were talking about it, man. Just get them on the field. That's Tyron Smith, La'el Collins, and Zach Martin all working together. The other player that didn't really do much today in the OTA period open in the media was safety Donovan Wilson, which, guys, man, that number 6 looks clean on him, doesn't it? Oh, boy. Donovan Wilson is going to be a big part of this defense. And the final point, we mentioned it earlier, LV just said in his post-OTA conference talking to the media, he just thinks he hits the ground harder than he ever has. I think I hit the ground harder than I ever have, knocked the wind out of himself pretty good, he added. So he made a good play on it. He went and dove for the ball, and Dak Prescott made the pick, fell down for a minute, didn't move. Everybody was kind of, whoa, you good, bro? You good, LV? And he was, just knocked the wind out of himself. What are you guys drinking? Let me know in the comments. Remember, you can follow me at Corey Clark Radio. Just do that. Those are basically the OTA notes. I mean, we're kind of the ones who kind of freak out over a lot of things, trying to go over it. Ooh, what's this do? What's this mean? What's that mean? And things like that. But, I mean, OTA period, it's fun. It's fun to do. All right, well, we just spent about 20 minutes on OTA stuff. I mean, don't overreact on things. Don't underreact on things. But, man, you can go ahead. I give you permission. Get on that Micah Parsons hype train because it seems like all he's doing is making plays on the field. How do you take him off the field? How? If Jalen Smith is going to continue making bad plays, I mean, this isn't Jason Garrett as head coach who drafted Jalen Smith. This isn't Rod Marinelli and Dan or the defensive coordinator staff from the past. This is Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn's coming in. The only guys he has bringing in are Neal, who looks jacked, by the way. If you haven't seen photos of him on Twitter, man. And then also KZ, who is back from an Achilles injury like that, out of nowhere from OTAs, and he's going to be your free safety, while Donovan Wilson should be your strong safety. Neal will be a linebacker role, a hybrid that comes in on passing downs probably, or running downs, one of the two. It's going to be a giant rotation between Micah Parsons, LVE, Neal, Jalen Smith could find his way only a few snaps here and there if he doesn't start to improve. And then also Jabril Cox, I think, on third and longs or passing down situations, he's a linebacker you want out there, Jabril Cox and Neal, or Jabril Cox and LVE. I'd like to see Cox out there, but majority of his year one snaps will probably come from special teams because we've been saying it. Your 2022 linebacker duo, man, is Micah Parsons, Jabril Cox, and hopefully LVE can play well enough and stay healthy and earn himself a second, smaller contract so he can stick around and we boot Jalen Smith and we don't have to re-sign Neal. Unless Neal is just absolutely phenomenal, then we're going to be coming on here a year from now saying, why didn't we re-sign him? Man. All right. 3 surprise cuts. I hate doing this because, I mean, if you think about it, it's way too early. And also, we're saying, hey, these are 3 guys that are going to lose their jobs. Can you imagine if someone did a show like this and they said, hey, 3 random guys from the state of Texas are going to lose their job today, and you were listed as one of them? I mean, I know we're not football players. We're just do the jobs we do. I work in radio. You may work in media or whatever you do. I hope you enjoy your job. But let's go and look at 3 surprise cuts. You ready for the first one? You sure? Guess one of them. Ready? I want to take a sip. Cheers. Guess one of the 3 and let me know if you get it right on Twitter at Corey Clark Radio or on the comments below on the YouTube channel. Okay, you ready? First one. Yep. Offensive lineman Brandon Knight. Okay. They drafted Josh Bell. They signed another swing tackle. They're probably going to choose Terrence Steele to keep on this roster if it's between those 2, because for some reason, Mike McCarthy is kind of fascinated with him. So offensive lineman Brandon Knight, excuse me, is one of my surprise cuts for the Dallas Cowboys. Like I said, Steele will be there. Just drafted Josh Bell. There's only so much room, so I think Brandon Knight, maybe you can bring him back. I don't know how it works, but maybe the practice squad if he doesn't get picked up. But he played pretty well at times last year, so I was surprised he wouldn't make it past waivers. The next guy is on the defensive side of the ball. This is a guy Mike McCarthy didn't draft. Obviously, Dan Quinn didn't draft. And the defensive line room is really, really tight right now. Defensive lineman Dorrance Armstrong. Like I said, that defensive line room is really deep. The ones I'm probably thinking you're going to keep are DeMarcus Lawrence, Randy Gregory, Neville Gallimore, Brent Urban from Chicago. Shout out to old Chicago player and the old style drink we got today for our Cowboys and Cold Ones drink of the show. I think Basha makes the team because he was brought in free agency and he apparently just 100% has a high motor. And I don't want Dorrance Armstrong taking snaps from Randy Gregory this year or DeMarcus Lawrence. If anybody's going to take some snaps, it can be Basham, it can be Urban. From that standpoint, I've seen enough of Dorrance Armstrong, guys, that I don't need him to be on this team anymore. Osa was drafted. Quinn Bohanna was drafted, the big fat man we got from Kentucky, and Chauncey Golston from Iowa, who basically is going to play the Tyrone Crawford role, basically the same thing, high motor guy. I don't need Dorrance Armstrong on the team anymore. He'll land somewhere else, probably with the Giants. Watch. But we just don't need him anymore because those are the defensive linemen I think we keep. And Dorrance Armstrong, in my head, just doesn't fit the puzzle with what you're trying to do. And Bradley and I should be on the team. I would rather have Bradley and I over Dorrance Armstrong. That's my thought process behind it. Okay. And the final third surprise cut, it comes from the wide receiver room. We're cutting Amari Cooper. No, we're not. We're going to cut Noah Brown. I appreciate everything Noah Brown has done for the Dallas Cowboys. He's been a warrior, just a receiver / tight end, basically. Caught a couple tough balls last year and played a lot when the receiving core was down and Dak was down. But to me, in my head, it was between Cedric Wilson or Noah Brown. Both play special teams. Cedric Wilson has had a bigger role, it seemed, on Fassel's special team unit last year. I don't want CeeDee Lamb being the punt returner anymore because he's going to have that big of a role on offense. We saw that with Des Bryant. He was a punt returner in the rookie year. Here and now, in big moments, he would be the punt returner, which is fine if that's what CeeDee Lamb does. But it's probably going to be Cedric Wilson because we saw those two rotate in and out. a lot. So I'm keeping Cedric Wilson. And then you drafted this rookie. I'm probably going to butcher his name, Simi Foco. I follow him on TikTok. Shout out to Foco. He's a funny dude. But from Stanford, Davis Mills left a lot of balls out there for him where he could have been a higher draft pick. He's one of the more underrated receivers in this draft class that people didn't get a lot of credit for. So, I mean, I'm going to give credit to Will McClay and his crew finding him and bringing him in the later rounds of the NFL draft this past year. Plus, PFF, again, this kind of made me cringe a little bit because I don't like comparing players, especially from this standpoint. But Fehoko, they said he's a, in quotes, developed DK Metcalf, which, don't get me wrong, I would love that. I don't know how natural that is, but those are my five. I mean, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, Cedric Wilson, Fehoko, the rookie. I just don't have room for Noah Brown. And shout out to Brown. He's done it all, but he's cheap to get rid of. Won't really cost you a lot of money to get rid of. So Noah Brown's probably going to go sign on somewhere else. They're going to cut him in training camp. So those are my three surprises of the three players I'm going to cut: Brandon Knight, Dorrance Armstrong, and Noah Brown. Okay. I mean, that's simple enough. All right. Before we get out of here, we went over the OTA stuff. Three surprise players we're going to cut. Got our beer. It's almost gone, which means the show's coming to a close. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Remember, we're going to do this every weekday. I try for Wednesday or Thursday. We're going to have a special guest on next week. I'll share that on Twitter here early next week. So keep it locked in at Corey Clark Radio. Subscribe so you can come back and listen. We had a couple live viewers this time around, and I appreciate that. But let's go ahead and go over the weeks 1 through 6 of the NFL season, and let's predict the first 6 games. I mean, why not, right? So, man, oh man. I mean, you're tired of looking at me. That's the 2021 Dallas Cowboys schedule. That banner was in the way. Let's see if it's in the way if we do it this way. Not really, so we'll do it that. Because I still want you guys to know if someone joins on late. We're predicting Dallas's first 6 games of the year. This is for fun. This could probably change later on. Probably will change, but I enjoy predicting the games. We're going to do the first 6 weeks. Next week, we'll go ahead and do the next 6, and then we'll finish out the season in the following week. And then towards the end of June, remember, we're giving away that Micah Parsons jersey. We got a lot of entries right now. Go on my Twitter at Corey Clark Radio and make sure you retweet the tweet, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to YouTube. That's all you got to do. You're going to get a $100 plus brand new NFL first round pick rookie linebacker Micah Parsons jersey given away live on the show. All right, real quick. Week 1. We all know it. We've been talking about it since the NFL schedule release show came. We're on the road to open up the NFL season on a Thursday night at Tampa Bay. The reigning Super Bowl champions, Tom Brady, and PFF just ranked, by the way, their top receiving units, receiving trios, and Tampa Bay was number 1 with Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, and Godwin. And then they had Dallas number 2 with Cooper, Lamb, and Gallup. We're better. And we'll show them that week 1. I got us coming in. Dak Prescott feeling hot. He's ready to go. The offensive lineman's back. Rookie linebacker Micah Parsons probably won't play a whole lot, but he'll make some plays. Our defense is going to look a lot better under Dan Quinn, DeMarcus Lawrence, Randy Gregory. I think Randy Gregory has himself a breakout season this year, and it starts on the road at Tampa Bay. He has a 1.5 sack performance, and Dak Prescott goes out there and just wins the ball game. And we make Tom Brady look his age. And everybody's been saying that for the last 6 years, but I think we win week 1 at Tampa Bay. Nobody really believes us. They keep saying Washington has the best defense in the NFC East. They have the best offense because Ryan Fitzpatrick, they're basically one piece away, and Fitzmagic can do it. We have the best offense in the NFL, guys. The best offense in the NFL. When we stay healthy with our offensive line, with Dak Prescott, the way Zeke's looked, having a backup like Tony Pollard, which, by the way, we're number 5 according to PFF, top 5 running back duos in the NFL too, top in the receiving trios. And we got Dak back. Dak Prescott is a darn good quarterback, and he's going to pick up where he left off before his injury last year. And, man, it's going to be fun. We're going to go on the road and win. Week 2, we go on the road again, back-to-back away games to begin the 2021 season. At L.A. to play the Chargers. Packed house probably. Justin Herbert is going to have himself a breakout year 2. We're going to drop this one. We're on the highlight of everything winning. Week 1 on the road at Tampa, and we come back and we kind of underplay Justin Herbert and that ability of bringing back Derwin James and that defense. It's kind of a reality check for our defensive backs with Keenan Allen and company. And Justin Herbert kind of tears us apart. I think we lose that game. 1-1 on the year. Week 3, though, Monday Night Football. Playing the Filthy Eagles at home opener, under the lights on Monday Night Football. Shoot, we're going to win by 20. Philadelphia is awful, man. I think we win this game. We'll go 2-1 on the year. We start off our first NFC East game of 6 on the season with a win. Week 4, we play the Carolina Panthers at home. I don't think they're that good. They brought in some quarterback help. They did draft J.C. Horn from us, so that's the first time we're going to see J.C. Horn, and he's going to make a play, isn't he? We all know he is. But I think we win the Dallas Cowboys. Beat Carolina. It'll probably be close through 3 quarters, and I bet we pull away and win by like 10. It'll be closer than we think. Then we play at home against the Giants. Giants aren't good. They're just fielding a team right now. Heard a lot of people say that. We win that game. So right now we're 4-1. We lose to the Chargers. We open up the season. We've won our last 3, and we're at New England. I don't think Mac Jones is playing this game yet. I don't think he starts coming in until about the 10th week of the season for the Patriots. So it'll be Cam Newton. This is a toss-up. We could go into New England and lay a goose egg, but I think we're going to win this game. And this is me being 100% real. Like, if I was being a true homer, I'd be like, we're winning all these games. I truly feel like kicking off this season, all the momentum and all the hype of Dak Prescott and starting the year off of everybody being healthy. Michael Gallup will probably have a big game. CeeDee Lamb going from year 1 to year 2 on that jump. Amari Cooper. Zeke looking really fresh. That offensive line back. The defense will be better with Dan Quinn. I'm being real. I think we go in and we win that game in a close one. Chargers, I would say we'll lose that game. And we could probably lose to the Patriots and be 4-2. Okay, we probably could. But I just have this feeling that the Patriots, their defense will be good again, but their offense won't be much. I truly don't think so. And then we got the bye week. So we're going to go through the Vikings game, the Broncos, the Falcons, Chiefs, and Raiders game next week. And I'll let you guys know how we feel. But right now, shout out to Dallas Morning News for this graphic. I think we beat Tampa Bay, lose to L.A., back at home for 3 in a row, beat Filthy, beat Carolina, beat the Giants, and on the road at New England, we win that one. All right. Hey, fun show, a little over 30 minutes. Simple, short, sweet. It's your show, too. We just sit here, drink a cold one, and talk Dallas Cowboys football. It's a good day to do it today because all the hype around OTAs and everything going on. Micah Parsons looked good. LVE had a nice pick on Dak. I'm saying if LVE can really show up this year, man, it's going to be a tough decision come at the end of the year. And I hope he makes that tough decision on Cowboys because I like Leighton. I liked when he was drafted. Go back and look in my receipts. Jalen, I just don't know what's happened to him, man. I don't. I have no idea what's happened to him. We'll talk next week. We got a special guest on. We'll go over the next couple games, the next 5 games in the NFL season following the Week 7 NFL bye. We'll have another cold one. Tune in, like, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter for the Micah Parsons jersey giveaway. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help me out. I'm just doing this with you guys. I got this cool backdrop I got. By the way, this DeMarcus Lawrence jersey signed by Leon Lett and Jerry Jones. So maybe this is a giveaway. And the future when we're doing pretty hot, when we grow this channel. It's only our second official episode. And I'm thankful for the ones that have been watching. It'll be on Twitter. It'll be on YouTube. Go back and listen. Tell your friends. Cowboys and beer. Nothing better, right? How about them Cowboys? Cowboys and Cold Ones back at you next week for updates on the special guests and when the show's going live next week on Twitter at Corey Clark Radio. Until then, cheers.